So this is our takeaway for today. The essence of the gospel, that is Jesus, the King of your life. Jesus, the King of your life. The Gospel of John testifies to the glory of Jesus. And this remains true even in this scene of the cross or in Jesus' trial by Pilate. So from the very beginning, Pilate's trial consistently deals with the question of whether Jesus is a king. In chapter 18, verse 33, Pilate asked Jesus, "Are you the king of the Jews?" And after hearing Jesus' answer, Pilate asked again, "You are a king, then?" Then Pilate asked Jews, "Do you want me to release the king of the Jews?" The soldiers went up to the cross at the Jesus and said, "Hail, King of the Jews." And the Pilate from the judge's seat said to the Jews, "Behold your king, here is your king. Shall I crucify your king?" Pilate interrogated Jesus for himself and found out that he was the king. And by telling the Jews that Jesus was the king of the Jews, Pilate tried to fulfill his responsibility to Jews. Pilate called Jesus king. But as we look closely, we found that the Pilate has removed himself from Jesus' kingly authority. Jesus is the king of the Jews, but he is not the king of Pilate. We too, at times, can find ourselves on the judge's seat, but by making the same error as Pilate. We earnestly call on others around us, like family members, relatives, friends, co-workers, community members, and even the general public, to accept Jesus as the king. We declare Jesus is the king at home, at school, at work, in the community, in society. And through the media, the SNS, so we use various means so that everyone recognizes Jesus and accepts him as their king. While we are doing this, we sit down on the judge's seat in front of the people. And the real question is here: what is your decision about Jesus? Do you yourselves receive Jesus as the king of your life? Is there love for Jesus in your life all the time, wherever you are, whatever you're doing? Above all else, is your love directed toward Jesus? So this is the decision you and I can make on ourselves, independent of the opinions of those around us. But Pilate made a mistake. So what was his mistake? Pilate's mistake was that he listened to the Jews while he himself found Jesus to be the king. He decided how to deal with king based on the judgment of others, not on his own judgment. We too can make the same mistake as he Indeed, if we continue to listen to what the world tells us about Jesus, we may not be able to perceive him with the right judgment. Some people think of God as a ruleless, emotionless, or iron-faced judge and impossible to have fellowship with. Some people think of God as a handy servant who listens to their wishes. They believe as if they can control God. Others think of God as an old man sitting in the desert in the midst of the seven colored clouds, playing the harp. He's like a powerless ornament. We who believe in Jesus Christ should testify of him to the world, and we should not conform to what the world tells us about Jesus. That's totally opposite. The most important thing we need to do with all our hearts and strength is to live our lives with Jesus as a King.
I love you, Jesus. You've been so good. I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. And all my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. Yes, with every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. And I love your voice, for you have led me through the fire. And all my days I've been held in your hands. I've known you like a father, and I've known you as a friend. And I will live in the goodness of God. Yes, sing all my life. And all my life you have been faithful. Yes, and all my life you have been so, so good. Yes, with every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Yeah. the goodness of God. You've been so good. You're so, so good. You've been so good. You've been so good. You've been so good. You've been so good. You have been so good. You have been so good. You never stop being good. And you'll never stop being good. 'Cause it's in your nature. You'll never stop being good. You have been so good, yes. Oh, you have been so good. You've been so good. Reflect on your goodness. Sing on my life. And all my life you have been faithful. Come on and sing it out. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness